morning, everybody. How are you? So, I wanted to do kind of a shorter video today for my channel, and this is essentially a Twitter catch up video. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on. Chantal has been very, very quiet the last couple of days. Everybody's speculating that she might be on a visa run. That is possible. Also, and somebody else on Twitter brought this up, and it is important to note it is the end of the month. And whenever the end of the month shows up for Chantal, she likes to do a little bit extra as a way to, finish the month strong, as we call it. So it's near the end of the month. Her birthday should be tomorrow. There's rumor that Mr. Snowflake will release the second part of the Chantal docuseries tomorrow. I really hope that happens because the first one didn't make her happy. I'm sure the second one is really not going to make her happy. So I'll keep an eye out for that. But going back to Foodie for a minute, what's been going on with her? Well, she changed the name of her channel yet again. So it is no longer Everyday Miriam. It is now Foodie Beauty. She literally just got her plaque for Everyday Miriam, and then she changed the handle back to Foodie Beauty. Did she do that because of the docuseries that is going to be released? And she wants to make sure that people can find her on her channel, and they wouldn't be able to find her as well under Everyday Miriam. She wants to make sure to link herself somehow to the docuseries. Could it be because of Naked and Laughing and King Cobra? For those who are not aware, there is somebody new on the horizon. Actually, there's two people. There's King Cobra and Naked and Laughing. And who is Naked and Laughing? If I'm not mistaken, Naked and Laughing, her name is Jessica, and she is a hot mess. Oh my goodness, is she a hot mess from just everything I've seen? She is as toxic as Foodie used to be back when Foodie was with Natter. There's just so much drama going on over there, and a lot of people are paying attention. A lot of people. There's been a lot of commentary about Naked and Laughing and King Cobra, a lot of channels that are focusing on that content, and I'm sure that has Chantal worried, because she knows just how replaceable she is. Everybody's been telling her for the longest, look, your content is boring. There's nothing to talk about. There's really nothing interesting here. And yet, her thinking that she's a queen sitting on a crown, she doesn't want to work for the crown anymore. She used to want to work for it. Back in the day when her and Amber were fighting over the crown, she snatched the crown with all of her nonsense with Natter. But she's not been working in the longest for it. It's just been sitting on her head. So here comes Naked and Laughing and King Cobra. And the drama is high. And the interest is even higher. A lot of people getting into them. A lot of people watching the content. A lot of channels, even reaction channels, covering Naked and Laughing and Cobra. And I'm sure that has her attention because Chantal pays attention to everything. So isn't it interesting that as Naked and Laughing and Cobra are gaining some traction and getting the interest, Chantal then decides to change her name back to Foodie Beauty. Not only that, but her channel description is rather interesting. Very interesting. It begs a lot of questions, but we'll get into that with the Twitter stuff. So I want to go over all the Twitter stuff with y'all. Maybe even toss in some positive stuff, as palate cleansers in between it all. But you guys are going to see what's going on Twitter and what's going on with Chantal. But it would not surprise me if everything going on right now is just end of the month, finish it strong, troll people, get their hopes up that this whole Kuwait arc is over. Honestly, Chantal, if the Kuwait arc isn't over or is over, that is up to you. I would think since you depend on YouTube so heavily for your income, it should be over. You should be going home to Canada and just getting away from Salah and doing your thing in Canada, because at this point, it's not a matter of you winning or losing. You've already lost. It's just a matter now of how much do you want to lose? Honestly, how much? How much can you afford to lose? Your views are in the toilet, your money is in the toilet. You're becoming more and more broke because the interest in your content is waning badly and rapidly. So, do you want to save the sinking ship before it's completely beneath the waves? Or do you want to watch it go down? It's your channel and it's your content. You can do as you want, but understand that you are right on the edge of being completely replaced because people are tired of your nonsense. So let's go over all the Twitter stuff, shall we? I've got my Twitter all pulled up, and we're going to start off with a wonderful palette cleanser. Okay, so let me just go ahead and pull that up. All right. So for those that are on Twitter, X, and you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my Twitter handle, Wow Girl Sarah. Wow's in big capital letters. Some people were marking they couldn't find me. The Wow actually stands for World of Warcraft. That's why I took that there. Okay, so let's start with the palette cleanser from Oh Things to Do. This is in Valencia, Spain. Y'all take a look at that. I love the flowers. Is that tile work? It looks like there's tile work going on there, and it looks lovely. And they even put it with the pool jacuzzi type area. I think that's fabulous. Oh, it's so boho. It's so hippie. I love it. I love it. It's I mean, how could you be unhappy in a setting like that? It would be impossible. You'd wake up and be in a good mood right away. Okay, this is from Fondue Pondu saying, "Don't fall for it. She wants to finish the month strong. She always does this. Next, it will be an FFG, garlic, and yaba rage." Yeah, look, I've been reacting to Chantal for a long time. And I've learned over time that with Chantal, it's one of those wait and see things. Don't get your hopes up. Don't assume things. Just wait and see. Until I see Chantal on an airplane going home to Canada, or she's back in Canada somewhere streaming, don't get your hopes up. Until then, it might just be a troll. It might just be, just a ploy for attention or extra views. Chantal likes to do this. She will sometimes go offline for a couple of days, get the anticipation built up, get people talking about what's going on with her. What is she doing? And then once she resurfaces, that might boost her views a bit. That's how pathetic that she's become. Going to use little cheap tactics to get people interested. So I miss wait and see over here. I'm going to wait and see. Wait and see if she turns up in Canada. Wait and see if she turns up at a Motel 6 in Canada. Wait to see if she's back at her mom's in Canada. Wait to see if she rages about Salah. If she rages about Salah, then we'll know that something definitely happened. Until then, too early to tell. Hidden Truth says they are done. Salah and Chantal are no more. When she's back in Canada, the mask will come off and a regular programming will resume. She will even be exposing what we already know. Well, if she were smart, that's exactly what she would do. To save her channel, she's going to have to go all in. She's going to have to pull out all the stops, go for broke. Because as I mentioned, Naked and Laughing and King Cobra, they're taking the attention away. And I know she's noticed. I know she has. She researches herself everywhere. I'm sure she's subbed up to all the reaction channels. She knows what's up. She knows. She knows that people, they're still interested in her story, but the interest is going away little by little. And if it's completely gone, what are you going to do, Chantal? You don't like the reaction channels. You say, we're a bunch of haters. No, sweetheart. The real haters are the people in your chat. They know you've got an issue with food and they continue to talk about food with you. That's a hater. That's someone that doesn't care about another person. When they see someone who's got an addiction to something and they encourage the addiction rather than protest against it, or at the very least, don't talk about the source of the addiction with the addict. That's a hater. The people who are protesting what you're doing, they're just pointing out to you what you're doing is not normal and it's not good for you. And maybe you should reflect and think about that and do something about it versus having a bunch of yes men around you that honestly, they don't give two craps if you end up in the hospital or the morgue. They're just there for their entertainment. And some of them on your chat, they have a morbid curiosity, an interest in watching you end up in a hospital bed with IV tubes hooked to you and probably on a breathing machine. So, yeah, like I'm not falling for Chantal stuff. I miss wait and see, like I said. Sarah says she's fighting with that awful man setting up her victim story so she can go and mooch off of her mom while bullying them with BS, playing the two worlds rather than including them with each other, pulling her signature, I'm right, you can all suck my play button tantrum. Chantal's a narcissist. And in every story, a narcissist is either the victim or the hero. Or in Chantal's case, she wants to be both at the same time. So if something happens with Salah, she's going to paint herself the victim. Oh, he was mean to me, blah, 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 blah. Although, let's be real. Who's wearing the pants in this relationship? It's her, because she's the one with the money. He can't tell her what to do. She's way too headstrong, way too defiant. Whatever you tell her to do, she's going to do the exact opposite just to spite you. How could Salah stop her from eating if she's the one making the money and buying the food? I mean, really, he's got nothing to argue with. But if she goes back to Canada, and if Salah makes her angry or she's just angry in general, yeah, she's going to paint herself the victim. Oh, he was so mean to me and he did all these things, blah, blah, blah. Even though those of us that are watching her content, he's hardly there. She can't come to us and say, oh, he was always around me, bullying me. We saw no evidence of that on video. Not saying that they didn't get into arguments and fights when the camera was turned off, but the content with Salah is far different than the content she did with Natter. Because when she was with Natter, we saw evidence of them being mean to each other. Salah's been smart that way. If there's any meanness going on, he's not putting it on camera where it can be used against him, either on YouTube or somewhere else. So yeah, I do believe that if this whole Kuwait arc is over, she's going to paint herself the victim. Oh, pity poor me, feel sorry for me. I'm not going to feel sorry for Chantal, because she is a person with her own free will and sense of choice, and her life is a reflection of all the choices that she has made. Every single one. And unfortunately for her, she keeps making all the bad choices. She hasn't made a single good choice for herself in the longest. It just keeps getting worse. Hence the reason why she needs to do some self-reflection and just say to herself, I am in over my head with my issues, with my problems, with my addictions. I need to surrender to the universe, and I need to reach out for help and get help, because I don't know what I'm doing at all on any level. And if you guys want my opinion, look, I don't like Chantal. She's an evil biatch. But at this point, to save herself, she needs to be committed. She's a danger to herself. She gets on YouTube doing this self-harm content, and by putting it in a public space, she's actually doing harm to others. So in my opinion, it would be beneficial for her to be committed. Someone needs to take the driver's seat and get in and control the wheel, because she can't do it. She's a danger to herself, and by putting her content on YouTube, a danger to others as well. So moving on, Yup says, tisk tisk, Foodie Beauty, formerly Everyday Miriam, seems YouTube took your video down. Better behave yourself, dear. Uh-oh. Perfectly Imperfect says, someone sent me this. Foodie Beauty's video from 3/24/24 was removed for hateful and abusive content. It was a video not normal. I don't know if I remember that one. Was that the live that she did, the beezing? It might have been, because she was just going all the way off. So her video got removed, or did she private it? I wonder. Let me look at the screenshot real quick. Oh, uh-oh. Chantal, listen, you and Natter, you guys have been playing a very dangerous game. You know that? I've always thought that Chantal likes to gather people around her, Beezers, other people that might be content creators, to do her dirty work, because she's always hyper focused on her channel and making sure that her channel never goes down if she can help it. She doesn't want to do the dirty work herself because that would put her income and her channel at risk. So she'll always find soldiers to fight for her in her war and do the dirty work that she doesn't want to do herself. Anybody remember Missy Moo? Yeah, Missy Moo did some dirty work for her. And it's my opinion that Natter did some dirty work for Chantal. Y'all remember when Natter was striking well over 100 channels a while back? He went after a bunch of channels. In my opinion, I don't think that was Natter. I don't think he would get that fired up to go after that many channels. I think that was Chantal putting the battery in his back and doing the dirty work for her. Because for a while before that happened, she was complaining about the reaction channels. Oh, they're taking views from me. They're taking money, blah, blah, blah. So she had Natter do a dirty work. And he's always been in her back pocket. Always. So he's been going after people. She's been going after people, going after people's thumbnails. And it's never stopped. I don't think Natter has ever been out of her eyesight. Maybe she throws him some money every once in a while for deeds that he does for her or just conversations. But it's obvious they're still in contact. The supposedly abusive person, she still talks about him. She still mentions him, and he still talks about her. He recently did a live showing a picture of her on his thumbnail. So like they're doing some stuff behind the scenes, I guarantee you. Oh, and isn't it interesting? He did a thumbnail with her picture. She didn't report that. All the reports that she sent out for thumbnails and content, Natter was missing on that list. And yet if she hates him, shouldn't he be first on the list? I think so. I really, really think so. How can you sit there and talk about how horrible and abusive a person is, Chantal, but yet when it comes to reporting people, you will report the reactors and the channels on YouTube, people that have never done anything physically to you, but you claim that Natter did all these horrible, real life physical things to you, yet you won't touch him? You'll give him a pass, but nobody else gets a pass? When none of us have affected you allegedly the way that he has? Yeah, make it make sense. Y'all are in cahoots. I said what I said. Okay, Two-Tailed Caperer says, my theory for Foodie Beauty's name change. She's expecting a lot of traffic to come to her channel tomorrow from the new Mr. Snowflake episode and wants to be easier to find. She knows her channel is dying and is trying to lean into the roaring waterfall to catch some fish. True. Absolutely true. She's trying it. She thinks that by changing her name, she's going to get some extra views, but these are all cheap tactics. Absolutely cheap tactics. You know, like instead of making quality content and getting some views for the next week or the next month with the content, we're going to use some cheap tactics. Let's change back the name. Let's switch the name out like every third day. Let's go offline for a couple of days. Make everybody wonder. It's all cheap tactics that really don't mean much in the way of serious reward, but this is what she does. You know? Cheap tactics that mean nothing in the end. But that's all she's capable of right now. She's a one-trick pony. Her trick is played out. She's exhausted herself with everything that she could tell us. All the childhood stories. How many times we heard these childhood stories talking about food, coming on camera, raging about the reactors, raging about FFG, blah, 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 blah. You know, that's why people are bored. And that's why they're looking around for other things to react to or other things to watch. Chantal, you decided long ago that your channel, it wasn't just going to be about food. It was going to be about drama. And you set the bar for yourself. You set it really high with the whole situation with Natter. And people came to expect that from you, all that high drama, that you would just keep raising the bar, raising the bar, raising the bar. And then after you got people used to that high bar, then you started to lower it more and more and more and more until it's nearly on the floorboards. And people have lost interest. So what are you going to do? Are you going to be smart? Go home to Canada? Restart again? Or are you going to hold on to something that's failing? That's going to keep failing until you're basically at nearly nothing and there's no way to bring it back from the brink. So we'll see. Okay, palette cleanser from Violet, butterfly tea set. This is so lovely. I would be afraid to have some tea with it though. It's so intricate. It's so lovely. I'd be afraid of damaging it. I love the work though. I love, like, is it tile work? Metal work? Not sure. Okay, Mash says, guys, I told you so. Yep, that video was removed for hateful content. Okay, now I don't know, like, who is this? This woman on TikTok. Is it Mul Sultan? I'm including this clip for a reason. Not to shame this lovely, lovely woman, not at all, but to show something to Chantal. Do you see how this lovely lady is holding the cat, Chantal? That's how I hold Booger. Y'all who watch my live streams, you know I've held Booger that way. Do you see how she's holding this lovely cat, holding on to a little plushie? That's so precious. This is how you hold a cat, Chantal. Securely. You hold the cat against you to where they feel safe and secure and comforted and loved. You don't hold the cat up, by their chest with their paws up. The cat is comfortable. The cat feels safe, even with people around. They're not worried. They're just looking around. That is a cat mama. That is the sweetest thing. I just want to show you an example of how to hold a cat properly, Chantal. Learn a thing or two. You should already know, but here, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. And big props to this very lovely lady for obviously a well-loved, well-taken care of pet. Look, holding on the plushie. Okay, Sweet Bonnie Girl says, must have been quite a spat last night to make Miriam abandon her pious cosplay and return to her sinful alter ego. Well, there could be a variety of reasons why she changed her handle. Changing her channel around could be because of the Snowflake documentary. Could be because maybe things between her and Salah are not so good. Maybe it bothers her that she's got the plaque under Everyday Miriam and she was Foodie Beauty for years. And, she wants to be remembered as Foodie Beauty. She has sworn that she's let go of the Foodie Beauty persona, but yet she never has. She just put on different clothing to disguise it, although it still came shining through. So this tweet from Bunny Angel says she's back as Foodie Beauty. She missed out on Animal Blanker. She used the Muslim community sub for sub to get to 100K and no longer needs them. Now they all know, like we do, she's a fake. Yeah, like a lot of people are criticizing her for that. Pretending to be Muslim for money, nothing else. So here is a screenshot of her profile page. So what does it say? She's advertising vlogs, cooking, mukbangs, live streaming, hill rolling, Madonna covers, and beezing. So a Muslim reverted woman you're going to roll down a hill? And you could do Madonna covers and you're advertising beezing. Beezing means misbehaving. So she never abandoned the persona, the character Foodie Beauty, ever. Even with the abaya and the hijab, she always held on to, because that's who she is inside. That's her real self. She did the sub for sub thing. She got to 100K. She got what she wanted. And then she just said, screw it. I got what I want. I'm out. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for playing. Okay, this is a comment from Foodie, courtesy of Acadia Strong. Chantal says, hi, I wanted to add something. I changed my channel name mostly because I don't feel like Foodie Beauty anymore. I don't feel like Chantal. I feel like a new, different person, or like I am growing into a new person and a new chapter in my life. Time for a new one. Well, then if you didn't feel like Foodie Beauty, why did you go back to Foodie Beauty? Because Foodie Beauty is infamous and tainted and troublesome and dramatic. You're going back to Foodie Beauty because that's where the money is, because that's where the attention is. And I'm sure that you've gotten extremely nervous watching all the attention go on Naked and Laughing and King Cobra. You are scared to lose that crown. Well, guess what, Chantal? You've lost it. It's been gone for a while. You're just catching up to the rest of us. Your crown has been gone for a while. It's just that people couldn't really find someone to replace you with, but replacing you is not that hard. You don't get that. If you're not doing anything, if you're not bringing anything of interest, no new places, no new people, no new topics, it's not that hard to replace you. If you're not doing anything, anyone doing anything is more interesting than you. So, like, it looks like Naked and Laughing and King Cobra, a lot of stuff going on over there. So, you want that crown back? You want it back. You're going to have to work, girl. Your channel has been on life support for a while now. A while. And you could thank Girl World for keeping things interesting, because you've not been working towards that. You know, we are the life support for your channel. So you can yell and scream about us all you want and say we're a bunch of haters and we're taking your views. Ma'am, what's she gonna do when we get tired of you, when the audience gets tired of you and we move on? You'll be screaming then, why aren't they paying attention to me? Well, why aren't we? Because you're not working. You are not working to keep things interesting, and it's your fault. Sitting in a room eating fast food ain't gonna cut it no more. It just isn't. Talk about the same tired stories about the same people. We're tired of it. We're exhausted. Okay? You got to work. You got to go to work. Florida Salt and Sass says, where's her mention of her handsomest husband and being a Muslim revert and wife in her new channel description? Yeah, where was it? That was her entire new persona. Well, that persona wasn't making money. It wasn't making money for her. It wasn't making money for Salah. So if she wants to go broke with it, she can go broke. But I think things might have reached a critical point. She's got to make a decision here. Uh-oh. Yup. Foodie Beauty, formerly Everyday Miriam, is ticking off her beezers. Some are getting tired of her lies. But are they tired enough to bail on her, I wonder? So here's a comment, I guess, under her post or her video. Missy Chan says, where did you suddenly find a charm that used to belong to your grandmother? That's what I've been wondering. This charm that she brought up, oh, I have to go get a necklace. We never heard about it. After all this time in Kuwait, you just now found it, right? All she took was a bag over there. She wasn't moving all of her possessions, so she didn't know where it was? Huh. Or did you find it when you went home to Canada last week for your visa hop? Possibly. We don't care that you do it. It's none of our business, actually. And I'm the first to admit it, but stop lying to us. Thank you. Thank you. It's the lies that bother people. The lies, Chantal. People are bothered by the lies, and you treating the audience, girl world, your own audience, the beezers, like they're stupid. No, you're the stupid one, thinking that other people are stupid. You're a bad liar. You shouldn't lie anyway. You keep getting caught. The rule of thumb is Chantal lies, and then Chantal tells on herself. And I don't know, you think there's some weird thrill lying to people. You tell lies, and then after your stream or after your video, you'll run around all over YouTube, checking things out on TikTok, on Twitter, seeing what lies were believed and what ones weren't, and looking around to see if there was some detail that you overlooked that we caught. It's just a big game to you, but the thing is you keep losing the game, so I don't know why you continue to play it. We don't care that you do it. It's none of our business, actually, and I'm the first to admit, but stop lying to us. Stop calling us stupid. We support your channel. We sign your paycheck, and we don't deserve to be lied to. I agree. I'm really not a hater. I want good things for you, but you just refuse to believe that most of your viewers are smarter than the average bear, and we are getting tired of the lies because they are so unnecessary. Just tell us the truth. If you really want to see your numbers grow, stop lying to us. Hey, Chantal likes to use that defense of nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody asked Chantal to be perfect. Nobody's expecting her to be perfect. But you know what you can be, Chantal? Honest. Honest. Tell the doggone truth. Tell them. If you're looking for content ideas, I'll do you a solid, and I'll give you one right now. What you could do is go home to Canada, get a Motel 6 room. Girl, you got the money, don't lie. Get a Motel 6 room for about a month and sit down and do some confessional videos confessing to every lie you ever told us. Take the L. Confess to every lie you ever told us. Bonus, you'll get all that stuff off your chest. You'll feel better about not lying and keeping up with your lies. And you could have content for months just doing that because you told us a lot of lies. But lying to your audience, lying to girl world, when you keep getting caught, it just doesn't make any sense, girl. You're not that good. You're not a good liar. Why don't you just stop and live in the light of truth? Why not? It's time. Chantal says, look, I'm not lying liar who lies. I am purposely keeping these things about my life secret, which if you can respect that is my right. Whatever. You've got funny lines about what you keep private, Chantal. You'll tell us about your STDs. You'll tell us about your gonorrhea. But other things you got to keep quiet. Usually when she keeps quiet about something, it's because she can get in serious trouble for it. That's the only time she keeps her mouth shut. I have a right to privacy and boundaries. Other than that, thanks for your support. Then she goes on to say, I found the charm again, meaning I hadn't seen it in a long time. I was going through my things and found it again. Again, when she came to Kuwait, she brought what? A carry-on? Just a carry-on. That's it. A few bags. It should take all of 15 minutes to find your stuff. You're not carrying your whole house over there. Girl, why are you lying? Quit it. Oh no. From Droll. Mr. Snowflake heard about Chantal changing her name. So he wrote a little love note for Chantal. And this is great. Is it Mr. Snowflake? I am sorry. My bad. Under the hood, not Mr. Snowflake. Droll says, oh no, Foodie Beauty. Snowflake has noticed the name change. Good luck ever building an audience. So here's the note saying, to my beloved, love you lots. Please dump Salah, not literally, and hobble away with your favorite cardigan. Happy birthday, Chantal crossed out, Foodie Beauty crossed out, Everyday Miriam crossed out, Foodie the Beauty. P.S. Hope you enjoy your, is it plushie? I'm not quite sure what the last part is, but that's just funny. This post from Acadia Strong saying, what is she up to with the new profile picture? Where's the wedding band, Foodie? Yeah, where is it? Is the marriage finally over, even though it never happened to begin with? In my opinion, you guys were never really married. It was just a business arrangement that did not work out, and yet you were stupid and didn't let it go when you should have, because you were obsessed with Salah, and you honestly thought that if you spent X amount of dollars on him, he was going to fall in love with you. Girl, why? You tried that nonsense with Nader. It did not work. What made you think it was going to happen with Salah? He never loved you. If he loved you, he wouldn't have made you pay for everything. Same thing with Nader. When are you going to get it through your head? You can't buy love. You can't buy feelings. And you could be a YouTuber with a big channel. It don't matter. That has nothing to do with the way people connect and the feelings they have for each other. One day you might wake up and learn, but I doubt it. Okay, this is also on her channel, courtesy of Jolie. This is Chantal's channel description, saying, "Hi there, welcome to my world and thanks for being here. I do the following here on this channel: mukbangs, cooking when not lazy or depressed, travel when not broke, plus size clothing hauls, again when not broke, lol, exquisite musical masterpieces." What? In real life live streams, health stuff. I'm a mess basically. Cats, vlogs, and most importantly, bees, which is basically having fun, ready, set, bees. So that's the important thing to her, beesing, misbehaving. And anybody who watches Chantal, we know what beesing means. It means doing things that are not good for her. She's the most proud about that. That's the most important thing. Hence the reason why YouTube should stand on their business and stop her from making money with content that they said was against TOS. You made the TOS, why not enforce it? Why not reinforce people not doing self-harm content? You said you were going to do something, YouTube. Why haven't you done something? Why aren't you standing on business? You see what she's doing, and yet you guys don't care. I guess you want your coin. But this description has taken me out. So with this description, she's basically saying, I don't do any cooking because she's always lazy and she's always depressed or claims to be. She's not going to travel because she's always broke. My, how far the mighty have fallen. Y'all remember back in the day when Chantal had so much money that it was coming out of her ears? She was doing the Amazon hauls like every other day, take out 3 or 4 times a day, bragging about how much money she had. Now she's talking about being broke. This is what happens, Chantal, when you make bad life choices with wrong people and you don't course correct. You went from having all that money on YouTube to talking about being broke. Well, I don't feel sorry for you. I really don't. All the shaming that you've done over the years, talking about other people and their living situations, and oh, they must live in a shed or a Motel 6 room, and looking down on us and treating us like peasants. Who's the peasant now? Didn't you kind of manifest that a little bit though? When you were in Cuba, do you remember that moment in Cuba where you said, I have so much money and I hate money? Girl, you manifested that out in the universe. You made that happen. The universe heard you and said, oh, you hate money? Well, let's help you out with that. We'll help you out. We'll just take the money away and maybe you'll be happier. Are you happier? I don't think you are, because now you're broke and you can't go anywhere. You can't do anything except order takeout. That's your fault. You could work and change things, but you've lost your fire and you're not looking to find it. Jolie says, hill rolling. Why would she mention this? Is she high? I don't know. Also, didn't you just get your plaque as Everyday Miriam? Right. Yeah, but she didn't want it under Everyday Miriam. She wanted it under Foodie Beauty because that's her legacy. That's how she's going to be remembered. So she wants the plaque to reflect that. She's always wanted that. Yup says, the fact that Foodie Beauty knows she can't afford to live in Canada anymore unless she lives with Shmi or got a roommate, Peach, to share the expenses. She's way too broke to live there alone, and I love that for her. Well, you're right about that. I mean, let's look at what's going on here. She's got a bankruptcy on her record that's still active that she's still got to deal with, which that by itself, it's going to be hard to find a place to rent. It makes a lot of landlords nervous. Her money keeps going up and down. Just to move into a simple one bedroom by herself will cost about $1,700, $1,900, depending on the area. So yeah, she would have to have a roommate, which means the money's going to go up again because you got to have 2 rooms in the house, not just one, because one room's not going to do it, is it? A studio apartment is not going to work for 2 people, especially 2 people that are not intimately involved. So you're looking at $2,000 a month in rent. Could Chantal make that? Yeah. So when you move in, you got to have first month's, last month's, security deposit, pet deposit, blah, blah, blah. That's at least 5 or 6 grand. Does she have that? Don't know. Could she make that? Possibly. But it would be a lot to start over. I feel that that's part of the reason why she ran back to Kuwait, because there was already an apartment there already set up, and she couldn't afford at that time to get an apartment in Canada. And if she thinks she's going to move in with mom and live off of her, I don't think the family's going to be cool with that. They're not going to put Chantal up for room and board for months at a time. No, she's too intolerable. As a matter of fact, I remember Chantal said when she was on her phone with her mom that when she talked about going to visit her mother in mom speak basically told her, well, why don't you just stay over there? Because Shmi said to her, well, you've got a family in Kuwait. That's mom speak of don't come back home. We got no room for you. Mom does not want her back. The family doesn't want her back. They know she's going to be a burden in every way, coming back home with no money, no place to live, whole bunch of health problems. They ain't got time for that. And they know that Chantal is not a person. She's going to take care of things herself. So they're kind of pushing her away a bit and saying, you know, like you're too much. You stay over there as long as possible. They've had over a year of her not being around. I'm sure it's been pretty peaceful for them. And they're not looking forward to the tornado known as Chantal Foodie Beauty. They're just like, stay over there. Stay. You know, you're basically going to be 40 years old tomorrow, Chantal, and you want to come home and you're going to be broke with no money, no place to live, health problems. Yeah, you're going to be a serious burden for your family because you're not interested in fixing yourself. You're interested in other people fixing you, and no one's got time for that. This is from View Prawn. This is lovely. What a lovely setting. And it's something interesting from Nature is Amazing. A sleeping octopus changes color while dreaming. So this octopus is sleeping, and as it's sleeping and dreaming, it's changing color. I think that's pretty cool. Ghost Crab says they must have had some kind of falling out again. Anybody keeping tabs on Kai Bella? I think the latest drama started because she got grief from other Muslims for cosplaying their religion. Possibly. And she needs to be careful while she's in Kuwait. Like messing around with Girl World is one thing. Messing around with the Muslim community while in Kuwait is a whole nother thing. Walking on thin ice. Walking on it. Hidden Truth says, Foodie Beauty, she changed the description of her channel. No longer a revert living with her husband in Kuwait. Are they done for? Will she return home for good? We knew he wasn't living there because she let that slip many times. Well, if she's gone on a visa run or something, maybe she might be hiding stuff on her channel from those who might be looking at it. But I don't even think that's going to work because I'm sure if people are looking, they're going to find no matter what she does. View Prawn, what a lovely sunset in a lovely setting. So peaceful. Holly Go Heavy says, not until Foodie is back in Canada, hair out, a blank hanging from her lips, and food stains on her shirt. Otherwise, we are dealing with the same cosplaying make-believe storyline, living in the land of Delulu. Yeah, I agree, Holly. I won't believe it till I see it. Unless she's on an airplane by herself going home to Canada, or she appears back in Canada, I won't believe she's going there. And this whole thing might be over. Mrs. Flupa Booty says, could the rebrand and sus profile pic be related to a visa run? No wedding ring, no mention of fake husband, and no mention of religion. What would she want them to see if they looked at her phone? Yeah, they might be checking her on her phone and she's just trying to hide all the evidence. Mash says, where is Salah? Where is Kuwait? Yeah, she got rid of that. Miss, I'm married. Why are you going to get rid of your husband and the fact that you're in Kuwait? Interesting. Okay. Oh, this is something beautiful. I love stones. Compilation of crystals and gemstones. Look at that. I love stones. Obsidian, that's lovely. That is so lovely. That's beautiful. Y'all give me a moment. Okay, let's keep going with the Twitter stuff. All right. Now here's something interesting from Two-Tailed Caperer. Snap, click, word. This one's for the archives. So I guess this happened during Chantal's chat. Leslie Cat was asking the question, so single women can live in a family building? And Salah says, yes, Leslie. So the building that Chantal is living in, single people can live there too. Everybody's been saying for the longest that Chantal lives by herself and Salah is not there. And he just confirmed it. He just confirmed it. He pretty much confirmed it. Like everybody's been saying for a while, he's got his own place of where he stays at, and Chantal has her own place. He doesn't stay with her at all. So there you go. There you go, Chantal, a receipt. And the beautiful thing is, it's a receipt that your man helped provide. Just as you tattle on Salah, he's tattling on you too. I love it. I love that the most for her. Okay, this is from Donna. And for those who are wondering, like, how much do filters matter when it comes to Chantal? Donna posted this saying, this is just an estimate based on perspective, correction, and old unfiltered pictures of her. It's wild to me no one knows what she actually looks like now, including herself, because of the filters. But I guess that's what she was going for. So doing like a filtered picture compared to what it really should look like. And the second picture is more correct because when you are someone and you're gaining weight, you know, like especially in the face, the body is always going to balance out the weight in an even way. So how can you have, you know, like a bigger forehead and bigger cheeks and not have a bigger chin as well? So the second picture is more of the rounded that actually should be versus her trying to, you know, contour the lower half of her face. So what a difference, eh? What an absolute difference. Okay, this is from View Prawn. I love that staircase. I love it. Although the first thing that comes to my mind is that has to be slippery. Got to be real careful on a staircase like that. But it's gorgeous. I love the woodwork. Absolutely beautiful. Yup Yup says, question for the loyal Foodie Beauty Everyday Miriam Beezers. Why are you okay with Scatman stealing the money you give her? Well, she chooses to give it to him. She chooses to. So again, that's her life choice. This person says, since Salah is managing all of her income and she is unable to understand the language, culture, conversion rate, or basic math, her entire existence is hinged on trust. Trust for Salah. How much has he skimmed off her YouTube coin? Probably more than we can speculate. More than likely. But again, she made that choice and she's not course correcting. A beautiful bathroom from View Prawn. Yup Yup also says, a question to the loyal Foodie Beauty Beezers. How is Scatman making Foodie a better person? He isn't. He really isn't. But even if he wanted to make her into a better person, she's going to do what she wants to do regardless. So, you know, Chantal's going to Chantal. And here's one for the archives, courtesy of Seen It All. And this was something that Chantal posted a while ago. A comment from a month ago. And I'm so afraid that as she only has like 300 pounds to lose and she'll be rubbing it in nail bites. So this is a comment that Foodie posted saying, OMG, I'm going to rub it in so bad when I lose this weight. I'm saying this to all, saying all the you are a failure comments so that when the day comes, and it will, oh, it will, I'm going to showcase them all one by one. Not that I give a flying crap what these insignificants think. Oh, we're insignificant now. All of us peasants are insignificant. But it will be fun to do nevertheless. The overweight critics better start losing as well, because you're going to look pretty stupid riding my coattails when I am smaller than you. Well, good luck finding a coat that fits you, Chantal, at this point. As far as losing weight, a little something for you, Chantal. Kind of a unexpected irony. Do you know, ma'am, that during the whole crackhead Olympics, when you and Nata were going back to back, doing 6 to 10 to 12 hours of live streams a day, every day for months and months and months, I actually lost weight because of you. I lost about 20 pounds. No lie, no exaggeration. I lost 20 pounds because I was just trying to keep up with it all. So while you were over there acting the fool, I was losing weight without even trying. Yeah, true story. Absolutely true story. But you haven't lost the weight yet, Chantal. You keep putting it on. So yeah, it was a lot. Okay, what else happened? So Foodie Beauty, Chantal, Everyday Miriam went after Kalari C. And then Kalari C did a live stream, and it was glorious. It was fire. Kalari, you were taking me out. You were killing me, bringing me back, killing me again. She wiped the floor with Chantal. She absolutely wiped the floor with Chantal and left a shine. It was wonderful. And I'm going to leave a link for Kalari's live in the video description if y'all want to watch it, because she roasted her. Foodie, you made the mistake of coming for Kalari. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? You weren't thinking. You effed around and you found out. All you did was help Kalari's channel grow. The community was very supportive of Kalari. We love Kalari. How dare you come for her? But you found out that some people you just can't come for, man. They'll wipe the floor with you. So look for Kalari's video link in the description to watch that live, because it was gold. Chef's kiss, Kalari. Chef's kiss. Speaking of Kalari, Michael B. Petty says, on that note, since Foodie Beauty raged about her in a community post, this woman has gained over 1K in subs. Yep, sure did. Sure did. You helped Kalari's channel grow. Sure did. So, hey, but the content is great. So, can't be mad about that at all. Like, she's wonderful to listen to. Okay, what else here? I guess Chantal, she made a whole bunch of community posts, and then she turned around and dirty deleted, of course, just like her live stream. She dirty deleted that too. By the way, Chantal, thanks for that. We love when you dirty delete things. When you'll spend your time doing a live stream, doing a video, you dirty delete it, as well as a community post. It's basically free real estate for the reactors. You're just giving us content that we can make money off of, and you can't. So thanks for that once again. I don't know how at this point you can afford to lose money, but go ahead, girl. You want to be that generous? We're okay with that. Everyday Miriam, this is the post that she put after all the deletes. Saying, yeah, I deleted my post. Know why? Because I actually feel guilty when I lower myself to that level. I have no idea, and I'll never understand this. How these people whom I call out can use their platforms to say and do the most vile things daily. Hello? Pot me kettle? Look in the mirror? That's what you're using your platform for, Chantal. You're using your platform to do self-harm content. When you get on your channel doing those mukbangs, you are hurting yourself, and you're doing it in front of people, and you want people to watch and to pay for it. Yes, ma'am. So you can get on your platform and say what you want, and do what you want, including hurting yourself, and that's okay. And YouTube and Google AdSense should be okay with that. But anybody remarking on your behavior, suddenly we're the problem? Oh, no, no, no. No, no. You act the fool, we're going to call you the fool. You don't want to be called a fool, then don't act the fool. It's real simple. Oh, well, I guess I'm not meant to understand. I am meant to stay focused on my life. That's the problem. You're focusing on everything but your life. You're focusing on everybody else's lives and what they're doing, what they're saying. You can't keep your nose out of people's business. I will try harder to do that. It's so hard when all you want to do is defend yourself. The thing is, though, nobody's going into your chats to attack you. We're just on our channels giving our opinions, and you're choosing to wander over here where you're not wanted nor invited. You put yourself through that. You put yourself through that aggravation. So don't come crying to us about, oh, they're attacking me. No, we're giving our opinions just as you give yours on your channel. But the reactors do not go to your live chats and bother you. You bother yourself. You don't want to feel aggravation? Stop bothering yourself, ma'am. Just stop it. Stop making yourself mad. Unless you want to make yourself mad for the sake of having content. Oh, and here's another post she did, courtesy of Hidden Truths and Perfectly Imperfect. Hidden Truth says, wow, what a way to tell God to stick it to you. Who cares if you repent for your sins? It's worth it. Her heart is pure black and she has no non-soul. It's empty inside. Perfectly Imperfect says, edited because she doesn't give a crap. She has no respect for Muslim religion. And she edited this post that she made about Kalari. And remember, this was all going down when French Fried Girl was live. French Fried Girl went live to cover a couple of things. And while this was going on, Chantal wanted all the attention on herself. So she was going wild in the community post, making a whole series of them, which then she dirty deleted. So Chantal put this post talking about Kalari, edited, and to the Islam police, mind your business. If I go to hell for defending myself, oh, well, worth it. Well, that shows how much she values her beliefs. So here's the post she did about Kalari, showing a picture of Kalari. And Kalari is a wonderful, educated, well-spoken person, certainly more than enough to handle Chantal. But going after Kalari, saying, ma'am, I don't know who you are, but you are really going to sit there looking like you do, fat as hell, with no front teeth, judging me on what I eat and saying my man won't touch me. I can guarantee a man is going to touch me first, given the option. And she's a Muslim woman saying this stuff. Talk about a man's going to touch her first. Talking about another woman's weight at the same time she's super morbidly obese. Fat shaming somebody else at the same time she cries about it. You got to stand on your truth, Chantal. Are you against fat shaming? Or are you not against it and you want to use it as a tool to try to have a gotcha get back moment and it never works because of where it's coming from? So trying to shame Miss Kalari, but Miss Kalari handled it. Yes, she did. She handled Chantal so beautifully. Y'all got to watch that live. I'm telling you, it was a hoot. I was just like, I got to come up for air. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Okay, something good from Papa Wolf. Y'all read this. I hope there are days when your coffee tastes like magic, your playlist makes you dance, strangers make you smile, and the night sky touches your soul. I hope you fall in love with being alive again. I love that. I love that. That is amazing. I think, oh, I got shivers down my spine. That was so good. That's so good. I love that. That's so good. What else we got here? I don't want to like do repeats of the same post. And remember, all this raging is happening during Ramadan. During Ramadan. She shouldn't be raging at all and going off this way on Ramadan and around her birthday. She should be peaceful because she's doing nothing but being mad and proving to us she's not happy. At Chantal's community post, going after FFG. And this is Chantal jumping into something that it doesn't concern her. And By the way, I just noticed this. So she's putting a screenshot of Frenchie's Twitter, like something from Frenchie's Twitter. Weird. Really weird. Chantal, you said you don't like French Fry Girl. You hate her. Yet you're on her Twitter. You're taking screenshots of her Twitter. And this tweet had nothing to do with you. This had to do with Naked and Laughing. She was talking about Naked and Laughing. So how does that concern you? Why are you getting involved? Why is it your business? You're jumping into a fight that doesn't belong to you. There wasn't even a fight. It was just somebody giving an opinion about somebody else that you decided to jump into. You want to jump into that water so bad because you want all the attention on you. And you're feeling kind of threatened over there. You're feeling threatened about Naked and Laughing and King Cobra being talked about because you know you're on the verge of losing that crown. People are taking the throne and tossing it into the fire. They're like, you can't sit here no more. You can't sit with us. Bye. So going off on Frenchie for what? The tweet had nothing to do with you. You're defending Naked and Laughing, but you don't even know her. She's not a personal friend. You can't say, oh, I'm defending my friend. You don't know Naked and Laughing, and you're jealous of all the attention. And then going after Yaba and Sam. Again, no reason. Tweet had nothing to do with her. Jumping into something that has doesn't concern you. Move it along. And there you go. There's Chantal looking happy from Perfectly Imperfect. Doesn't she look happy? Doesn't she look blissful? I guess so. Yeah, Chantal is she's so insecure about there being a new lol cow in the pasture with better milk. She's scared. She's running scared. Why are they talking about me? Because there's nothing to talk about, Chantal. There's nothing to talk about. You're not helping yourself here. Sitting in a room, sitting in your human hamster cage, eating the same fast food literally over and over, the same meals over and over, talk about the same reactors, talking about childhood stories. Girl, that stuff is all played out. We need some new material. You need some new material. You've been on a long vacation when it comes to creative ideas and creative content. You took your vacation. It's time to get off vacation now. It's time to come back to the table and get to work. You want that crown, you want to keep it, you got to work. If not, other people will gladly just grab the brass ring and run away with it with you. Okay, more stuff about Kalari. Okay, so that's it for all the Twitter stuff. Sorry, that's why I put it all in the one video where there's a lot to catch up on. And if Chantal does anything, I didn't want to take forever to get it around to it. So hope you guys have caught up with me and you've enjoyed this little catch up recap video. If you have a comment, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.